Well, good evening to you, baseball fans, and welcome to Doc Stewart's American Legion Baseball on this Friday night from Legion Memorial Field and Bill Gray Stadium here in Roseburg. I'm Dan Bain, filling in for Joey Kieran tonight, so Joey can have a night off with some family time during this very busy stretch of the American Legion baseball season. The Doc's pregame show is presented by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard in Roseburg. The Docs are hosting the Hayesville Hammers, based in Salem. It's a non-league twin bill tonight here at Legion Field. Hayesville is an independent baseball club, not a Legion team, and most of their players are college age, with 14 on the roster from Chemeketa Community College, 9 from Corbin University, both of which are in Salem, and they have 4 high school players on their roster, so it'll be a test, to say the least, basically playing against a college team. Although tonight they have just 9 players here at the moment. They may have another one or two show up, but they are playing a little short-handed this evening. So some people are going to get a lot of playing time tonight. 2 7-inning games are scheduled this evening. The Docs are 11-6 overall, coming off a split in Area 4 doubleheader at Grants Pass Tuesday night, and are now 5-3 in conference play and tied with the Nuggets for third place, although the top 4 spots are pretty closely jammed up. 77 degrees and mostly sunny here. Bright sunshine at Legion Field. A great night for baseball. And I'll visit with head coach Jeremiah Robbins just ahead on the Doc Stewart's pregame show, presented by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. I'll be back with Jeremiah after a timeout on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and online at 541radio.com.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome back to the Doc's pregame show. I'm Dan Bain, and with me is Jeremiah Robbins, back as head coach of Doc Stewart's after a long layoff here and part way through, I guess just about halfway through the season right now in your first year back here, Jeremiah. 11-6 overall right now, and as you look back, there's probably some of those games you feel like got away from you, but as you look at it, what positives have you gotten from this so far?
Well, I think the big thing is getting this group of guys together and playing as a team, and we're starting to do that. We got a little taste of kind of what our conference is going to be like with the 2 games back-to-back with Grants Pass, and I thought we should have had that second game. We kind of got out of hand, but the guys stayed with each other as a team, and that's what this program's about, is building friendships that last forever, and we're going to play baseball along the way. So we're starting to get that out of our group. We had a phenomenal workout yesterday with them, and we're back and ready to go tonight, so we're excited.
Well, you guys have been putting some runs up on the board, and I guess you can't be too unhappy with the run production at this point.
Very excited about our hitters. Obviously, getting to spend a lot of time with them in our facility and then with our BP on the field. But yeah, you're exactly right. We're scoring some runs, but we got to have some shutdown innings from our pitching, and we're focusing on that, and we'll get that fixed as well.
Well, one thing about the pitching is that you've had a lot of back-to-back games, and you've had a couple of back-to-back doubleheaders twice in league season already, and obviously this really tests your pitching staff.
Well, I think it's something the kids have never been through either, coming off a high school season with 3 or 4 days rest, and basically now they're getting 2 to 3 and right back out there, so they're learning on the fly. Their big thing they're learning is arm care, taking care of their arms. We've been watching their pitch counts. No one's even come to the pitch count mark yet. So we're managing it early in the season. And, this team's going to be a second half team. Once they get kind of entrenched in the season and understanding the expectations of the program, we're going to be just fine. But those back-to-back doubleheaders, they're definitely a grind on our staff.
Yeah. It seems to me there's a lot of talent out there. It's just a matter of everybody melding together and really starting to work as a team.
100%, and we'll see it here soon. We have no sense of panic as a staff, and I know our players aren't. And it's all about development, and that's the key that we've talked about from day one, is developing our baseball team and getting some good core values instilled in them, and going out there and playing this awesome game.
Well, the opponent tonight, 2 7-inning games against a team that's not actually a Legion team, but it's obviously a very good team, the Hayesville Hammers. I'd never heard of them before, but apparently one of those college teams in that wooden bat league. So what do you know about this team?
Well, one of my former players is the head coach, and he called me up when I got the job here and said, hey, we want to come down and play. He's putting together a team. There'll be a lot of college freshmen or sophomores, and then a mix of high school guys as well. The name Hayesville, I didn't know this either until he told me, but basically the area around Chemeketa Community College is called Hayesville. So they took the name, they practice and play out of Chemeketa Community College, and they're just watching them hit and take BP. They're a physical team, so we schedule a tough schedule, and that's only going to benefit us down the road, and this will be a very good test for us tonight.
I was going to say, I can see what Hammers came from here, because they hammer the ball pretty well in that batting practice.
Oh boy, they're using the wood bats, and they have a lot more reps than our guys do, but that's what this game's about. You're going to go play some really good quality opponents and see where you stand.
Well, what do you hope to get out of a game like this? You want to try to get several pitchers in the ball game to face these guys? Yeah,
we're going to kind of staff both these games tonight as well as tomorrow night with the league games Monday and Tuesday, so we got to kind of watch our arms there. I think the big thing is with our hitters getting quality at bats, and our pitchers, things might get out of hand a little bit, but we can't have double negatives where we give up a walk and then a hit, then another walk and then a hit. So we got to stay away from that. Pitch to contact, fill up the strike zone, and limit our walks. We've been walking way too many guys, especially in that second game against GP on Tuesday. So we've got some things to mend up there on the mound, but just go out and compete. I think that's the biggest thing that we're focusing on today.
Who are you starting with on the mound tonight?
We'll start John Stone. We've been really impressed with his last outing. He went 5 strong. He's getting stronger and stronger as he gets entrenched on the mound and learning the position. So we're excited about his start tonight.
He's a pretty intimidating guy when you look at him out there on the mound.
He's intimidating standing next to him in the dugout. So he's a large human being, and I'd say I've been really impressed with him as he's developed throughout this short summer so far.
Any really big surprises for you as you've come into this season?
No, not really big surprises. I've been really impressed with the talent with this club. Drake Bourgeois, he's one that really jumps out to me. He's been kind of coming after it a little bit these last couple games down at GP, and what he can do for us, being kind of our utility guy. There's a long list of them, Doran Gillespie, Jet Black. These kids are just phenomenal human beings that are working really hard. And we're not really focused on the wins right now. Those wins will come as we continue to develop and become a true team.
Well, Jeremiah, thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate talking to you anytime. And the real guy will be back tomorrow night, so you can get back on track there. But thanks a lot and good luck tonight.
Thanks, Dan. It's good to have you back on the mic.
Thank you. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Docs Pregame Show.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate! To the Doc's pregame show presented by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard in Roseburg. I'm Dan Bain, filling in for Joey Kieran tonight on a beautiful night for baseball here at Legion Field tonight. Both teams' lineups being introduced, and we'll have
remove your caps.
The national anthem coming up here, and I just want to remind you that again this season it's the $1,000 no-hitter giveaway. If the Docs pitch a no-hitter at home this season, one lucky fan will win $1,000 from $14.90 The Score and the News Review. When you come to the game, be sure and sign up at the souvenir stand before Doc Stewart's home games to have a chance to win. We'll take a break and we'll be back with our starting lineups right after this on Doc Stewart's Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and online at 541radio.com.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back at Legion Field, Doc Stewart's Baseball tonight on 1490 The Score and on 541radio.com on the website streaming the audio and video tonight. Glad to have you along tonight in time for our starting lineups brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Call them at 541-673-0363. For the Hayesville Hammers, coached by Ethan Bragg, a former player for Jeremiah Robbins, the head coach of the Docs. They're 9-10. They'll have Miles Norman leading off, playing in center field. Jack Ossenkopf, the second baseman, batting second. Colby Grace, the third baseman, will bat third. Keegan Huey Woods, the catcher, is hitting cleanup. Tristan Fergus, the right fielder, hitting number 5. Javon Logan, the left fielder, hitting 6. Humberto Alarkin, the first baseman, bats 7. Josh Benson, the shortstop, is in the number 8 spot, and Morgan Hostetler, the pitcher, is hitting number 9. They have only 9 players, so everybody will bat. For the Docs, Caden Johnson at short, Spencer Six catching, batting second. Doran Gillespie in right field hitting third. Jonathan Stone, the pitcher, hits fourth. Jet Black, the center fielder, bats number 5. Cody Johnson, the third baseman, hitting 6. Jay Stoffel playing at first base, hitting number 7. Drake Bourgeois, the left fielder, hitting 8. And Jacob Luther, second baseman, bats 9. And the first pitch from Jonathan Stone is high for a ball to Miles Norman. We're underway here. Norman, the center fielder, leading off for the Hayesville Hammers out of Salem. The next pitch low and inside for a ball, and quickly Stone falls behind on the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Doc Stewart's baseball tonight, 2 non-league games. That's inside for ball 3 and in danger of walking the leadoff man here in the top of the first inning. 2 7-inning non-league games tonight. This is not a Legion team, so a lot of the Legion rules may not apply. There's a strike call on the outside corner, about belt high. 3-1 to Norman. Leading up for the Hammers, and he takes one on the outside corner, strike 2. And so after throwing 3 straight balls, Stone has come back to hit the strike zone twice, and the count's full, 3-2. And the payoff pitch is high, ball 4. And so after getting back in the game, he loses him anyway, and that'll be the first base runner of the game. First walk for Stone.
Second baseman, number 3, Jack Ossenkopf.
And Jack Ossenkopf, the second baseman, will be the batter. Ossenkopf steps in from the right side. He is a freshman at Corbin University, played 1 game this spring. And the first pitch to him, low and away for ball 1. Norman at first base on the leadoff walk. Stone working out of the stretch, trying to find the strike zone. That's number 1 priority here. And the pitch is bounced to third base, gloved, and over to second base for 1 and back to first. It's scooped out of the dirt by Stoffel for the double play. And just like that, it's a 5-4-3 double play. The third baseman, Cody Johnson, made a stab at it because it took kind of a funny hop when it came to him, and made a nice throw to second base. Jacob Luther turns it for the double play. And there are 2 outs and nobody on base. Well, that's the way to take care of that leadoff walk. And the first pitch to Colby Grace, the third baseman, low and away, and a breaking pitch. Ball 1, 1-0. Outfield just about straight away for him. He's a big kid, batting from the right side of the plate. Wearing number 31 on the back of that dark blue uniform with white numbers. That's low and away for a ball, and quickly the count is 2-0 to Grace. Keegan Huey Woods, the catcher, on deck. Stone winds and throws, and the pitch is fouled over the screen and out of play, and it's 2-1. Only 9 players making the trip tonight for the Hammers. They have about, I didn't count them, I think there's about 25 or 26. That's fouled out of play down the first base side, and it's strike 2, 2-2. They have a lot of players on their roster, but as it is with most of those teams during the summer, it's hard to get everybody to show up because a lot of guys are working, some are going to school. That's hit high and deep into left center field. Back goes Jet Black toward the fence, and on the warning track makes the catch for the out. Colby Grace flies deep to left center field and right against that wind blowing in from left field, and that's out number 3. So The Hammers are gone in the first inning with no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the first with a score. The Hayesville Hammers nothing, the Docs to come to bat on Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back with Doc Stewart's Baseball on 1490 The Score and streaming the video and audio on 541radio.com. Nice to have you with us tonight on a great night for baseball here and two non-league games coming up. They're scheduled for two 7-inning games, and the Docs and the Hayesville Hammers tonight. And the Docs send up to the plate Caden Johnson, the shortstop, Spencer Six, the catcher, and Doran Gillespie, the right fielder, to start it off against right-hander Morgan Hostetter.
First batter for the Doc Stewarts to lead off the bottom of the first inning.
Hostetter is a sophomore. He just finished his sophomore year at Corbin University. He's an outfielder, but also a right-handed pitcher from Bozeman, Montana, and he played in 14 games for the Warriors this spring. And Caden Johnson hitting at .344 to lead it off, the shortstop for the Docs. Batting right-handed, open stance, and he takes the fastball high for ball one. 1-0. To the leadoff man for the Docs, Caden Johnson. Out of the stretch, Hostetter throws and the ball's bounced to the right side. Almost skipped away from Oskinkop, but he picks it up and throws to first and almost threw it away. But the first baseman, Alarkin, was able to do some fancy footwork and hangs onto it for the out. So Caden Johnson is out 4-3 for out number one, and Spencer Six will be the batter. Hostetter, a big kid. Looks like he's about 6'4", 6'5". Left-handed hitting Spencer Six takes the first pitch inside corner, strike one call. 0-1 to Spencer, hitting at .235. From the stretch again, Hostetter delivers, and it's low and inside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Doc's Baseball brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Pitch on the way, and it's low and away for a ball. Kicks out of the glove of Keegan Huey Woods. 2-1 to Spencer. Doran Gillespie waiting on deck. Outfield short in left field. Javon Logan pretty shallow, but playing deep in center, and the pitch comes in high to Spencer. It's 3-1. What a great name for a baseball team, the Hayesville Hammers. It just sounds like a barnstorming team out of the Midwest. That's high and away for ball four, and Spencer is the first base runner for the Docs. And Hostetler gives up his first walk of the game, and first base runner, and Doran Gillespie is the batter, hitting from the right side, the right fielder for the Docs. Gillespie has 60 at-bats, 19 base hits, 3 doubles, 2 triples, and 4 home runs, and he takes it on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Runner at first, Spencer Six, getting a good lead. Outfield pretty deep in left and center and a little shallow in right. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's bounced foul down the third base line. And that'll be strike two. So Gillespie behind on the count, 0-2. He has struck out just 7 times in basically 71 plate appearances. He fouls that one over the screen and out of play, and the count will stay at 0-2. 71 plate appearances, 60 official at-bats, and has walked 7 times and struck out 13. So he makes contact most of the time, and now he's got to protect the plate with an 0-2 count. Hostetler looks over at first, short lead now, and the pitch outside for a ball. A pretty good 2-strike pitch, and that was a tough one to take, but Gillespie decided the right thing on that one and didn't swing at it. 1-2 count to him. Hostetler checks the runner, delivers to the plate, and that's hit hard to left field. Back goes the left fielder Logan, and it's over his head against the wall. Around second, heading for third is Six, and since Six goes into third base standing up, and it's a stand-up double for Gillespie over the head of the left fielder Javon Logan, who was playing back fairly deep, but that got over him in a hurry. And the Ducks have runners at second and third with 1 out, and Jonathan Stone, the pitcher, is the batter. No score in the game. Jonathan Stone retired the 3 batters he faced in the first inning, although gave up a walk, but a double play erased that. The first pitch to him outside for ball 1. Jonathan Stone, the pitcher, .321 batting average. Hits right-handed with a wide open stance. Here's the pitch to him. Outside for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Stone, the cleanup hitter, batting with the runners on, second and third, and Hostetler pitching kind of carefully to him right now with the base open at first base. Here's the pitch. Low and away for ball 3. And he might not mind putting the runner on at first base in this spot to set up the force all the way around. He walked Spencer Six, and then Gillespie doubled to put runners at second and third. That fastball is in for a strike. It's 3-1. Jet Black on deck. He's hitting .365. Stone looking for one that he can drive somewhere. Here comes a pitch on the way, and it's low for ball 4, and that'll load him up. The second walk given up by Hostetler.
Next batter, the center fielder, number 18, Jet Black.
Hostetler got himself in a jam now with the bases loaded, and now he'll be trying to induce a double play ball, and Jet Black steps in. He'd like to at least get one to the outfield to get that run in from third and give the Ducks the lead. Hostetler from the stretch. Bases jammed up with Ducks. Here comes the pitch, and he fouls it over the right side, out of play. Right over the top of the Lions' den. 0-1 to Jet. .365 batting average. He has 52 official at-bats with 19 base hits. That's outside for a ball. That'll even the count up at 1-1. Jet has 3 doubles and 1 home run. Doran Gillespie's got 4 homers, and Jet has the only other one on the team. That's grounded back toward the middle. Could be a double play. They juggle the ball. They get 1, and back to first, not in time, and a run scores. Boy, they had a tailor-made double play ball there right at the second baseman Ossenkopf, but he juggled it a little bit. Still was able to get it to second base, and Stone is out 4-6 for out number 2, but the run scores. And Black is safe on a fielder's choice and give him an RBI. So the Ducks take the lead 1-0. Gillespie goes to third, and Jet Black on at first, and here's Cody Johnson. And a throw over to first base, and Black is back in. First and third and 2 away. Hostetler delivers, bunted out and missed for strike 1. I guess he was bunting at that. It was kind of a half-hearted bunt attempt, but with 2 outs, maybe he didn't want to bunt that ball. Here's a pitch outside for a ball. That's even at 1-1. Drake Bourgeois, the left fielder, waiting in the on-deck circle. 1-1 pitch. Hostetler ready quickly, delivers, and that ball's grounded to second base. It should be an easy play. Austin Kopp over to shortstop Benson for the out, and the side is gone. So Johnson hits into a fielder's choice. Black is out 4-6 to retire the side, but the Docs get the lead. They get 1 run on 1 hit, the double by Gillespie. There were no errors and 2 left on. And after 1 complete, it's the Docs 1 and the Hayesville Hammers nothing. We'll take a break and back with the top of the second inning after this on 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
All right, back to action here. Keegan Huey Woods leads off for the Hayesville Hammers, and the first pitch is, I think, fouled off for strike 1. 0-1 count to Huey Woods, the catcher, the cleanup hitter for the Hammers. And Jonathan Stone will work out of the stretch, fires a fastball high for a ball, and that'll even it up at 1-1. Stone gave up a walk to the leadoff batter in the first inning, but then Jake Ossenkamp hit into a double play ball to third base, and that took care of that, and they got him 3 batters and 3 outs. That's inside for a ball, 2-1. Stone trying to find the strike zone out of the stretch and throws, and a swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2. Hawks Baseball brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Stone fires, and it's low and away for a ball and a full count. 3-2. That's how he started the first inning and ended up walking Miles Norman. Like to find that strike zone here and not start out with a walk, and he throws, and it's popped foul behind the plate and out of play. 3-2 again. Tristan Fergus on deck, and then Javon Logan for the Hammers. That's popped towards center field, and it will bloop in for a base hit off the handle, and Huey Woods just had that one placed right, but Jacob Luther was playing him a little bit to the right and couldn't get there in time, and the same with Caden Johnson. He was playing him to the left, and there was a gap up the middle, and it's a bloop single to center for Huey Woods. So the first hit off Jonathan Stone, and the leadoff man on for the second inning in a row, and Tristan Fergus, the right fielder, will step in. Stone from the stretch, short lead at first base, and delivers. It's a called strike, about letter high on the inside corner, strike 1. Tristan Fergus, the right fielder. He is from Chemeketa Community College, out of Dayton High School. That's a ball, and that'll even the count up to him at 1-1. Fergus, first baseman and right-handed pitcher. I think a lot of these guys can pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike, 1-2. Infield back looking for that double play ball again. 1-2 to Fergus. Batting from the right side, the Docs having played pretty much straight away. There goes the runner at first. It pitches high, throw down to second, close, and he's out. Got him. Nice throw from the catcher, Spencer Six. And Huey Woods is thrown out at second base. So we got one away and nobody on base, and the count is even to the batter, Tristan Fergus at 2-2. Changeup low and inside for a ball. That'll fill the count again, 3-2. And that is the third full count that Stone has had out of the first 5 batters. Once again, he'll be trying to find that strike zone. 3-2 with 1 away and nobody on. Docs lead 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him swinging, and that's 2 away. And the first strikeout for Stone.
Left fielder number 1, Javon Logan.
You can't afford to strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust Moore Well Drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 459-4039. With 2 gone and nobody on base, Javon Logan, the left fielder, is up, and the first pitch to him is a breaking pitch, drops in for strike 1. Humberto Alarcon, the first baseman, on deck. Logan, the number 6 hitter in the lineup, the left fielder. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat and out of the play to the right. And it's strike 2. 0-2. So this time Stone jumps way ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. He'll work out of the stretch again with nobody on base, and he fires, and it's on the inside corner, called strike 3. He strikes out the last 2 batters in the inning, and that retires the side. And for the Hammers in the second inning, they go down again with a base runner, but only have 3 batters. And the runner thrown out at second base after the single was Keegan Huey Woods. So it's no runs on 1 hit. There were no dock errors and nobody left. And after 1.5, we go to the bottom of the second with the score. The Docs 1, the Hayesville Hammers nothing. We'll be back after this on 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the second inning, Docs leading 1-0, and Jace Stoffel will lead off for the Docs, the number 7 hitter in their lineup, hitting at 182, and he takes a strike on the outside corner from Morgan Hostetler. Hostetler, a right-hander, gave up a run on a hit in the first inning. Got out of what could have been a much worse situation. There's a line drive into right field for a base hit for Stoffel. And he went with that outside pitch and drove it right between the first and second baseman for a single, and the Docs have the leadoff man on to start the second inning. And Drake Bourgeois, the left fielder, steps up. Bourgeois hitting .333.
Drake Bourgeois.
And he'll step up with a runner at first. Third baseman comes in looking for the bunt, but doesn't get it, and he swings and fouls it off for strike 1. Big cut by Bourgeois. Jacob Luther is on deck. Bottom third of the batting order for the Docs here in the second inning. They got 1 run on 1 hit in the first. Here's the pitch. High and ducked out of the way of it. And that'll even the count to Bourgeois, 1-1. Bourgeois will graduate next June. He's at Riddle High School. He takes ball 2. It's 2-1 to him. Hostetler working out of the stretch with the runner off at first. Stoffel gets a good lead, and here's the pitch, and it's driven into right center field, slicing away from the center field, but Norman runs it down. A nice running catch in right center, and Bourgeois is robbed of possible extra bases. and Stoffel has to retreat to first base.
Number 12, Jacob Luther.
Nice play by Miles Norman in center field, and there's one away, and Jacob Luther will step up from the right side. Third baseman Colby Grace even with the bag, now takes a couple of steps in front of it. Here's a ground ball back towards the middle. It'll be taken at the bag, second for one and back to first, and he's safe at first base, came off the bag. So the throw back to first base just off the mark, and Luther will get a fielder's choice, but Stoffel is out at second base. 4-6 for out number 2. That'll bring up the top of the batting order, and Caden Johnson, who grounded to second base, sharp ground ball in the first inning. And he hits the ground ball to the right side, and that will sneak into right field again. Another base hit for the Docs, and so they have runners at first and second. And Caden Johnson goes with the outside pitch and gets the ball through the infield. Second hit of the inning and third for the game for the Docs. They lead 1-0. And trying to add to that now with runners at first and second and 2 out, and Spencer Six, who walked and scored the only run of the game, is the batter, hitting from the left side. And Hostetler sets, looks down at second base, delivers, and it's popped foul over the left side and out of play by the left-handed hitting Spencer Six. Ducks baseball brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. One strike pitch, fouled off the left side again, and back to the screen, strike 2, and Spencer behind on the count, 0-2. Center fielder Miles Norman back pretty deep in the center as the wind has died down a little bit. Right fielder Tristan Fergus about medium depth. 2-strike pitch. Grounded back to the middle into center field for a base hit. Runner around third, heads for the plate, and he will score. The throw goes to third and thrown clear almost into the Docs dugout. Bounces off, and here comes the second run for the plate. And the Docs get 2 out of it. A base hit for Spencer Six, and he'll get an RBI. And then the run scores after the ball sails over the third baseman's head. So the error will be on the center fielder Norman. And Caden Johnson scores on an E8. And so the Docs get 2, and they lead 3-0. So the RBI single for Spencer. And then they get a bonus. Here's a strike call to Doran Gillespie. It's 0-1. Gillespie drilled a double to left field, and the left fielder Logan remembers that. He's back pretty deep, just a couple of steps from the warning track. One strike pitch. Hostetler throws, and the ball's bounced high to third base. Big chopper. Grace picks it up, throws across, and got him for the out. And the side is gone. So Gillespie is out 5-3 to retire the Docs in the second inning. They come up with 2 more runs on 2 hits, make it 3 hits, and 1 error, and they leave 1. And so after 2 complete, it's the Docs 3 and the Hayesville Hammers nothing. We'll take a break and back with the top of the third after this on Sports Radio 1490 and online at 541radio.com.
3 hits. There were 2.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back to Legion Field, and we'll go to the top of the third inning. The first game of a doubleheader tonight, scheduled for 7 innings. Doc Stewart's leading it 3-0. 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. Scoreboard update brought to you by Garrettson Building Supply. Building relationships, building projects, building materials. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting Douglas County for over 90 years. First pitch fouled off for strike one, 0-1 to the leadoff man, Humberto Alarcon. 1 strike count to him. Alarcon, the first baseman. Jonathan Stone throws, and this time he misses high for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. Stone has 2 strikeouts and a walk in 2 innings. Bottom third of the batting order. And he fires, and it's a little low for a ball, 2-1. He has faced the minimum number of batters, 6 batters in 2 innings, but he's given up a walk and a single. There's a drive into left field. That'll be in for a base hit, and the left fielder bobbles the ball for a second, but gets it back in. Bourgeois fires it into second base, and the runner will hold at first. So Alarcon with a single, solid single to left field. The second hit off Jonathan Stone. And Stone will face Josh Benson, the shortstop, with a runner at first base. And for the 3rd inning in a row, the Hammers have the leadoff man on. Alarcon off at first base, gets the lead, and the pitch is low and inside. Ball 1. Stone's given up no runs on 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Big guy throws, and it's on the inside corner for a strike, and leaving the count at 1-1. Jonathan working out of the stretch. Short lead at first base, and a pitch, and that's a drive up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Kind of off of the end of the bat, but he got enough on it to get it through, and so 2 hits in a row. And for the first time in this game, the Hammers have 2 on base, first and second, and nobody out.
The next batter, pitcher number 17, Morgan Hostetler.
And Morgan Hostetler, the pitcher, will bat for himself. The Hammers are using wooden bats. They play in that wooden bat league, and that's what they have, so that's what they're using tonight. Docs lead 3-0. Here's the pitch. He squares the bunt, pulls back, and it's high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Hostetler batting from the left side. Jonathan Stone working with 2 on and nobody out. Squares to bunt again, and it's high again for ball 2. And boy, you don't want to walk the number 9 hitter when he wants to give up an out. But right now, behind on the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Stone checks down at second base. Another square to bunt and misses way outside, ball 3. Boy, here you just want to throw it over the plate and let him bunt the ball. Get that out. Nobody out, first and second. And the number 9 hitter up, and the fastball is down the middle for a strike. It's 3-1. Well, let's see if he's still bunting. Big kid batting from the left side of the plate. Here's the stretch, and he squares the bunt and misses way outside. Ball 4. And that frustrates a coach when they're trying to give you an out and you can't get the ball over the plate. So bases loaded, nobody out, and it brings up the top of the batting order with Miles Norman, who walked to start the game.
Next batter, center fielder,
that's his
9,
second walk for Stone.
Miles Norman.
And Norman steps in from the right side. Stone checks at third. Little activity over there, and he misses way outside, and it gets by back to the screen and picked up by 6, and he throws it away from Stone, but third baseman Cody Johnson's backing it up and no further damage. So everybody moves up 1, and I think a wild pitch. So it's 3-1. The Docs only lead by 2, and the tying run is standing out there at second base. Benson at third, Hostetler at second, and a 1-0 count on Norman, and he takes that one outside, ball 2. And all of a sudden, Stone having a hard time finding the strike zone. Still nobody out. 1 run in. Here's the pitch. Low, bounces one about 5 feet out in front of the plate. Ball 3. Or ball 3. Norman walked his first time up, and then he raced on a double play. Stone taking a little time walking around out there. The umpire is going to clean off home plate. Book your travel plans with the experts at Travel Leaders Flyaway Travel, now located at 1445 West Harvard, and ask Jane about the Viking River Cruise from Budapest to Amsterdam next April. The stretch by Stone. He throws, and it's over at the knees for a strike. 3-1. Sun's gone behind a cloud, and it cooled down a little bit here. That's ball's popped behind the plate. Back comes Spencer Six for it. He's back there, and he's got it for the out. Boy, it looked like he was having a hard time figuring out where that ball was going to come down, but he finally got under it, and Norman fouls out to the catcher, Spencer Six, and that's the first out of the inning. And runners remain at second and third. Now with 1 out, Jack Ossenkopf will be the batter. He hit into a 5-4-3 double play in the first inning. Hard hit ground ball to third, but Cody Johnson made a nice play on it. Ossenkopf steps in. Here's the first pitch to him. Low for ball 1. 1-0 for Ossenkopf, the second baseman. Stone working out of the stretch, in trouble here in the third inning. That caught the outside corner for a strike. That'll even it up at 1-1. Colby Grace, the third baseman, on deck. Ossenkopf, a right-handed hitter, takes it low and away, ball 2. Inning started with Alarkin with a single up the middle, and then a single by Benson. There's a bouncer down the third base line and by the third baseman. 1 run in, the tying run coming to the plate, and the throw will come in wide and cut off, and down to second base goes the hitter, Ossenkopf, and he will have a 2-run single and then goes to second on the throw to the plate. So he hit the ball just about the same as he did the first time up, but this time it got between Cody Johnson and the line and got both runners in, and the game is tied 3-3, just like that. Brings up Colby Grace, and Grace takes the first pitch high for a ball, 1-0. So still just 1 out and 3 runs in for the Hammers. Right-handed hitter Colby Grace, the third baseman. Here's the pitch, and that bounces off the catcher and back towards the screen. And the wild pitch will put the runner at third. And it's a 2-0 count to Grace. With the heart of the batting order coming up here for the Hammers. Doc's Baseball brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Little conference on the mound with Jonathan Stone, who towers over everybody. Spencer Six is out there.
They are 1 for 1. 3 tickets for 2 and 9 tickets for
Look at the
$5.
scoreboard brought to you by Garrettson Building Supply, building relationships, building projects, and building materials. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting Douglas County community for over 90 years. Docs with 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Hammers with 3 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. And here's Colby Grace with the pitch, a swing and a miss. Fouled, tipped, but still a strike. 1 error it should be, yeah. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Hammers. That ball's bounced to shortstop, scooped by Johnson, throws over to first base for the out, and the runner has to stay at third. So they're 2 away as Colby Grace grounds out 6-3 in the drawn-in infield. Huey Woods, Colby Grace, right, grounds out to short, and Ossenkopf has to stay at third base. Now it's Huey Woods to bat with 2 outs and a runner at third base. He had a single his first time up, and that bounces away from the catcher, and the run will score. Boy, Stone is just missing badly at times out in front of the plate, and Spencer Six is having a heck of a time trying to knock that ball down. He got to it, but it bounced off of his equipment and bounced away from him. And the run scores on another wild pitch, so it's 4-3. The Hammers take the lead for the first time. That's fouled out of play for a strike, and they got to leave in the count at 1-1. Tristan Fergus waiting on deck if Keegan Huey Woods gets on. That misses away for ball 2, 2-1. Woods with a single up the middle and then thrown out trying to steal in the second inning. Stone ready and fires, sails high with a fastball, and it's 3-1. Nobody on, 2 away. Ducks came into the inning leading 3-0 and now trail 4-3. And that pitch is popped foul behind the plate and out of play. Strike 2. Full count to Keegan Huey Woods, 3-2. Another game coming up after this one if you want to come out and watch some baseball. That missed away for ball 4. And that'll be the third walk given up by Jonathan Stone.
The next batter, right fielder number 20, Tristan Fergus.
And Tristan Fergus will be the batter. So after getting only 3 batters in the first 2 innings, the Hammers have had, this is the 8th man to come to the plate in this inning. That's on the outside corner for a strike, and Stone jumps ahead on the count 0-1 to Fergus, who struck out swinging in the second inning. Stone looks at first, short lead, and the pitch, slow curve over to belt, strike 2. 0-2, way ahead on the count now. Stone trying to get out of this with no further damage. Docks trail 4-3. Here's a fastball a little outside for a ball. A good 2-strike pitch. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stone from the stretch. There goes the runner, and he steps off, and he'll have to run the runner back to first base, and now almost threw it over the first baseman, and now he'll throw it to the second baseman, Jacob Luther, who makes the tag for the out. So the runner at first, Huey Woods, took off a little too soon and gets picked off. 1-6 to 3-4 for out number 3, and that'll retire the Hammers in the top of the third, but they take the lead and they get 4 runs on 3 base hits, 1 Doc Stewart error. Is that right? No errors. No errors in that inning. And 1 runner left on base. And so we've completed 2.5, and we go to the bottom of the third inning with a score now. The Hammers 4 and the Docs 3. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this on Sports Radio 1490, The Score.
They got 4 runs and 3 hits. There were no Doc Stewart errors. No runners were left on base.
Okay. So they got 1, 2, 3 hits there. So they got 4 hits. That's right. Okay. Back to Legion Memorial Field. We will go to the bottom of the third inning, and the Docs now trail for the first time of the game, 4-3, and they will send up 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. Jonathan Stone to start it off, and then Jet Black and Cody Johnson. The throw goes down to second base and ready to get it going here in the bottom of inning number 4. Docs with 3 runs on 4 hits, and the Hammers with 4 runs on 4 hits. Docs Baseball brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Stone steps in from the right side of the plate, facing Morgan Hostetler. And the first pitch to Stone on the way, and the breaking pitch is low and away for a ball, 1-0. Winds and throws, and that's outside for a ball, and it goes to 2-0. Stone trying to get something going here to start the third with the Docs down by a run. Got 1 in the first and 2 in the second, and he swings and fouls it off, had a good cut at it. Fouled it right down into the dirt, and the count is 2-1. Jonathan had a walk in the first inning and then was thrown out at second base on the fielder's choice. 2-1 count. And takes one outside. The fastball misses away for ball 3. Jet Black waiting on deck. There's a shot down the left field line and fair into the corner. He'll get extra bases around first, on his way to second base. And those long legs, he strides into second base with a double. And another extra base hit for Jonathan Stone. That is his 11th double of the season. And just inside the foul line, the left fielder, Javon Logan, had a long ways to run that one down, clear down at the wall. As the Docs get some action going in the bullpen.
Jet Black.
And it looks like Jay Stoffel is loosening up down there. We might see him coming in here in the next inning. Here's the stretch and a pitch to Black, and he hits a shot to left field, but the left fielder, Logan, is right there this time and makes a catch for the out. That was hit in almost the same spot as Stone just hit it, but the left fielder, Javon Logan, had moved over that way, and it was right there to make the catch, had him played just right. So Stone has to retreat to second base, and with 1 out, Cody Johnson, the third baseman, is the batter.
The next batter, number 2, third baseman, Cody Johnson.
Johnson had a fielder's choice in the first inning. He hits the ball off the handle towards first base for a foul ball. Got jammed on the fist and didn't get around on it, and that one probably stung a little bit. 1 strike pitch to him. Hostetler from the stretch looks down at second and throws to the plate, and a curve is behind his head for ball 1. Hostetler has given up 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. The right-hander checks the runner and delivers, and the ball's lined to first base, and they got a chance at a double play. Not quite in time. The first baseman, Alarkin, took the line drive and had to wait for the shortstop Benson to get over there, and Stone was able to get back in time. So the Ducks hitting the ball on the nose,
Next batter, number 9, first baseman, Jay
but
Stoffel.
only a runner at second base and 2 outs, and Jay Stoffel, the first baseman, is the batter. He had a base hit to right field last time up, and then he was forced out at second base, and he hits the ball down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it is just foul. By a foot, maybe. Right fielder Tristan Fergus had no chance to get to it, and he was going to have to run that one down, clear down in the corner at the wall, and that would have scored the tying run, but it is about a foot foul, and the runner at second, Jonathan Stone, has to go back. 1 strike count to Stoffel. Single in the second inning. 1 for 1. Here's the pitch to him. Hits another one down the right field line, and this time it is about 3 feet foul. Same direction, just a little bit further foul. And the count is 0-2. Boy, he has come close to tying the game twice. And Jonathan Stone will be taken off on anything hit at this point, trying not to run into an easy tag somewhere along the way, but an 0-2 count on Stoffel. And Hostetler checks the runner again and throws, and that hit him in the, I think, the helmet or the shoulder, and bounced up and hit the helmet. A 2-strike pitch, and Stoffel gets hit by the pitch, and he'll go to first base. So the Docs will have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Drake Bourgeois, the left fielder, will be the batter. Bourgeois flied to center field. Hit the ball hard into right center the first time up. Takes it outside for a ball, 1-0. Bourgeois trying to get something to fall in to tie this game up. The runners will be going on anything hit. Here's the lead, first and second, and a 1-ball pitch to Bourgeois. Pops the ball up in the right side. The first baseman, Alarkin, into foul territory, and he's got it for the out, and that'll retire the side. So the Docs threaten but can't get anybody across. And in the third inning for Doc Stewart's, it's no runs despite a leadoff double by Jonathan Stone. Only 1 hit and no errors, and 2 runners left on base. So we go to the top of the 4th with the score. The Hammers 4 and the Docs 3. Back after this on Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Welcome back to Legion Field. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning with the Hayesville Hammers leading this one 4-3. 4 runs in the 3rd inning. That's a difference right now. The Docs had 1 in the 1st and 2 in the 2nd, and then had the leadoff man on in the 3rd and couldn't get him around. So Tristan Fergus will lead it off, and he bounces one foul toward the third base coach. And Ethan Bragg, the head coach, is there to make the play on it. Bragg, one of the former players for Jeremiah Robbins. I assume that was at Western Oregon, probably, where he was coaching when he had Ethan Bragg. The Hammers at 9-10 for the year. The Ducks 11-6. Fastball sails upstairs for a ball. That'll run the count to 2-1. Javon Logan and Humberto Alarkin. Next couple of hitters up. That fastball sails outside for a ball, and that'll run it to 3-1. Still Jonathan Stone out there, although Chase Stoffel warmed up a little bit. The first baseman throwing in the bullpen. Swing and a miss for a strike, and it's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man. They've had the leadoff man on every inning so far. This would be a good time to break that trend. Here's the pitch, and that's popped up towards center field. Back goes the center fielder, Jet Black, and he's got it for the out. And there's one away, and so for the first time tonight, Jonathan gets the leadoff man out of there.
The next batter, number 1.
With one away and nobody on base, Javon Logan, the left fielder, will be the batter. Logan was called out on strikes on 3 pitches in the second inning. Batting right-handed. Stone throws, and that's fouled over the right side and out of play for strike 1. Stone has 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. That caught the outside corner for a strike, an off-speed pitch. Good-looking pitch, and Stone jumps ahead on the count 0-2. As the sun comes out, and it's all bright out there again. There's a shot to left field. A 2-strike pitch is, nice catch by Bourgeois in left field as he kind of read it wrong and then had to dive for it at the last second, and he came up with a great catch. So Javon Logan on a 2-strike pitch nailed one to left field, but Bourgeois robs him of a base hit, and there are 2 away and nobody on base. Humberto Alarcon steps in, the first baseman. Singled and scored in the third inning. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. 2 umpires tonight wearing bright red shirts. Easy to spot. On the outside corner for a strike, it's 1-1. The Ducks in their Crater Lake blue jerseys with white pants and orange numbers and lettering. Fastball upstairs for a ball, 2-1. And the Hammers in the white pants with dark blue jerseys and white numbers. Breaking pitch low and outside for a ball. Now the count to 3-1 and the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Larkin with a 3-1 count with 2 away and nobody on base in front of him. Fastball to him, swing, and a foul tip. And the count will go to 3-2. Thought 6 had hung on to it for a second, but then he started looking around for it, and it had rolled down the third baseline a little bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, and nobody on. So the payoff pitch for Jonathan Stone. Larkin steps in. Here's the pitch to him, and he pops it up on the third base side in foul territory. Cody Johnson going over, and now Johnson will take it right on the line for out number 3. And I think it was in foul territory, but no matter, it's an out, and the side has gone in order. In the 4th inning for the Hammers, it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th with the score. The Hammers 4 and the Docs 3. We'll be back after this on 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back to Legion Memorial Field. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Halfway through this one, scheduled for 7 innings in this first game of a non-league doubleheader for the Ducks and the Hayesville Hammers. And to lead it off for the Ducks, it's the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Jacob Luther, the second baseman. He scored a run on a safe on a fielder's choice and then scored. So 0 for 1, and the first pitch is bounced to the right side, and a big hop comes up for Ossenkopp, the second baseman, and throws him out at first base, so 1 pitch and 1 out. Luther out 4-3 for the first out of the inning, and it brings up the top of the batting order, Caden Johnson, the shortstop. Johnson with a single in 2 tries, grounded out to second his other try, and scored in the second inning. Stands in from the right side, and the first pitch is away for ball 1, low and away. Backhanded by the catcher, Keegan Huey Woods. 1-0 count to Johnson. Caden ready. Here comes the pitch to him. Grounded towards the hole. It's short. Scooped by Benson. The long throw to first base, and he got him. It was close, but Johnson is out 6-3. And the Docs 2 up and 2 down. And that'll bring up Spencer 6. Docs have had base runners every inning. They scored a run in the first inning and 2 more in the second inning, and then had 2 on in the third inning, but couldn't get a run across. And now 2 outs and nobody on, and the first pitch wide to the left against the left-handed hitting Spencer 6 for ball 1. Spencer's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single, an RBI, and scored a run. He drives one into left center. That will get in there for a base hit, at least one. And the left fielder cuts it off and throws it back in quickly. And Spencer 6 gets his second hit of the game. A slicing drive into left center field. So the Docs have life here with 2 outs. And a runner at first base, and Doran Gillespie steps up. Gillespie with a double and a ground out to third in his 2 tries at the plate, 1 for 2. And a runner on in front of him, and he'd like to drive that one around and tie this game up. Here's the first pitch to him. Sliders high for a ball, 1-0. Morgan Hostetler has given up 3 runs on now 6 hits. Throws, and the pitch is at the letters for strike 1. Count even to Doran, 1 ball and 1 strike. Off at first base, Spencer 6 with a short lead. Here comes the pitch. And he takes strike 2 on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Doran. Now he's got to protect the plate. Looking for one he can drive somewhere, try to get some extra bases out of it. Here comes the pitch to him, and he pops it off the fist foul behind the plate. Onto the roof and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Four runs in the third inning is the big difference. The Hammers got all 4 of their runs there. The Docs got 1 in the first and 2 in the second. That comes way inside to Gillespie for ball 2, 2-2. Docs baseball brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Hostetler ready with a pitch and fires, and it's fouled off. And Gillespie fouled off a good pitch that time. Count stays at 2-2. Jonathan Stone waiting for a chance on deck. Two outs, and Spencer 6 off at first base. 2-2 pitch. On the way, and it's high and outside, ball 3, and now Spencer will be able to take off with the pitch, and if Gillespie can punch one in somewhere, he might be able to score on a long single. Not holding him on now. Alarkin backs off behind him at first base. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner, and the pitch is outside. Ball 4. So the Docs will have runners at first and second with 2 away.
Number 15, Jonathan Stone.
That, I believe, is the second walk and 1 hit batter for Hostetler. And here's Jonathan Stone. He had a double to lead off the third inning and then was stranded there. So he's 1 for 1, walked his other time up. First and second and 2 away. Here's the pitch to him. High for a ball, 1-0. Jet Black is on deck. Docs back here tomorrow night against Klamath Falls. A single 9-inning game against the Falcons. Non-league game. 1-0 pitch. Hostetler fires, and that's fouled back. Good cut at it by Stone, but just got under it. Count even to him at 1-1. Wind still blowing in from left field, so it's going to be hard to hit one out of here, but it has died down a lot. What a great night for baseball, though, after that rainstorm we had yesterday. Holy mackerel, was that a gully washer. And the catcher, Huey Woods, goes out to the mound to talk to the pitcher. Docs Baseball brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and also by Cruz Farms, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie and probably some strawberries and all kinds of good stuff out there. Right-hander Morgan Hostetler, runners at first and second for the Docs, 2 away and a 1-1 count. The pitch on the way, it's high and inside for ball 2 to Jonathan Stone. More action in the Docs bullpen, and we might see a change in the pitching coming up in the next inning. Stone has gone 4 innings, and Coach wanted to get a few different pitchers in there tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that's popped foul behind the plate, now to play, and that'll even the count at 2-2. With the tying run at second base and the go-ahead run at first base, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Docs trailing 4-3. They've out-hit the Hammers 6-4, but they're behind on the scoreboard 4-3. Morgan Hostetler, ready, fires. Low and away, and it's a full count, and now the runners will be able to take off with a pitch on a 3-2, 2 outs. First and second for the Docs. And Stone will be looking for one in the strike zone that he can take a whack at. Boy, the flag just died down completely out there in center field, just hardly wiggling at all. Here's the pitch. Low and away for ball 4, and Stone will go to first base and load up the bases. The 3rd walk for Hostetler. And the tying run goes to third base. In Spencer 6, Doran Gillespie to second, and Jonathan Stone at first base. Now Jet Black, and we have another conference out on the mound. Coach Ethan Bragg goes out to talk to his pitcher. Well, they're not going to bring anybody out of the bullpen, I can tell you that, because they're all out on the field. Only 9 players out there for the Hammers tonight. Docs Baseball brought to you by Bimart. Score big at Bimart, where you can get ready for your season for less. Check the scoreboard presented by Garrettson Building Supply, building relationships, building projects, and building materials. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. The Hammers with 4 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error, and the Docs 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. And a situation here. Bases loaded and 2 away, and Jet Black is the batter. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. Black stands in. Here's the first pitch to him on the way, and he lines it into right center field. That'll be in for a base hit. 1 run is in, and that's all they'll get as the throw goes to third, and they almost had him picked off there. Spencer 6 scored easily on the base hit into right center for Jet Black, and Jet gets an RBI, his 2nd RBI of the game. Gillespie went to third and rounded the bag, and the coach said, "Get back," and he slipped and fell and almost didn't get back in time as the throw went all the way from right field right on the nose to the third baseman, but he juggled it a little bit, and Gillespie was safe getting back. So the base is still loaded, and the game tied 4-4. And the pitch to Cody Johnson is swung out and missed for strike 1. Lined out on a shot to first base in the 3rd inning. Hit into a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Right-handed hitter with a 1-strike pitch, trying to give the Docs the lead. Tied 4-4. Bottom of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch to him. Low and away for ball 1. Cody batting .258 for the year, looking for his first base hit in this one. From the stretch, Morgan Hostetler fires, and that's bounced towards third base, and that'll be scooped by the third baseman Grace, and he'll tag the runner coming in, And Jonathan Stone is out 5 unassisted for the third out to retire the side, and a fielder's choice for Cody Johnson. So the Ducks go down in the 4th inning, but they tie it up. 1 run coming after 2 were out and nobody on base. A run on 1 hit. No errors and 3 left on. And our score after 4 complete, it's the Ducks 4 and the Hammers 4, and we'll be back for the top of the 5th after this on Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate! For Little Brothers Pub gift certificate. For ticket holder 543.
We had a 1-for-1 switch here as we come back. The Ducks switch the first baseman and the pitcher, so Jay Stoffel goes to the mound. And Jonathan Stone goes to first base as we start the top of the 5th inning. So Stone goes 4 innings, and he gives up 4 runs. 3 of those earned. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and just 4 hits and 4 runs. So Jonathan Stone will not figure in the decision as he goes to first base, and the new pitcher is Jay Stoffel.
The Hammers to lead off the top of the 5th inning, number 11, Josh Benson.
So leading it off, it'll be Josh Benson, the shortstop. Singled and scored a run in the 3rd inning. In the first pitch, he swings out and fouls off down the right field line and out of play. It's strike 1. Hostetler, the pitcher, waiting on deck. Pitch is low and away for a ball, 1-1. Jay Stoffel out of Roseburg High School. Here's his pitch, and a slow curve is high for a ball, 2-1. Doc's able to tie it up in the bottom of the 4th after they gave up 4 in the top of the 3rd to drop behind. And that's low and away for a ball, and it's 3-1. When you come back, tie it up like that and try to get a little momentum going, you don't want to give up a walk to the leadoff man right off the bat. And that's about where we're at. And he misses outside for ball 4, and that's exactly what happens. So Stoffel walks the first man he faces. And that'll bring up the pitcher Morgan Hostetler, who tried to sacrifice the last time up but never saw a pitch that he could bunt at, and ended up walking and scoring a run. So Hostetler probably bunting again. Here's the stretch by Stoffel, not bunting, and he takes it low and inside for a ball. And he's going to make Stoffel show that he can throw a strike before he does anything, I think. Runner at first, nobody out. And Hostetler, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, takes on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. The Hammers went down in order for the only time in this game in the 4th inning, 1, 2, 3. 3 flyouts. Low and inside with a breaking pitch, ball 2, 2-1. Josh Benson at first base. Top of the 5th inning, scheduled for 7. Stoffel stretches and throws in the dirt for ball 3. 3-1. This should be a good time to throw a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the runner at first on a walk. Stoffel checks the runner and throws, and it's lined into left. Oh, stabbed by the shortstop. Johnson throws to second and got the force out. What a play. I thought that was by him, and he dove and caught it and fired a strike to second baseman Jacob Luther for the out. And Benson is out on the fielder's choice, 6-4. And Hostetler's thinking, man, if there hadn't been a runner going to second, he would have never gotten me at first base. That'd have been a base hit. But Hostetler on a fielder's choice. And it brings up the top of the order with 1 out and 1 on. And Miles Norman steps in. There goes the runner, and the pitch is grounded to the right side, and nobody there into right field for a base hit. And Hostetler all the way to third on the hit and run, and that was done perfectly. Miles Norman with a great hit and run, just punched it to the right side as the second baseman Luther was going over to cover the bag, and there was nobody on the right side of the infield to get to it. So Norman gets the base hit, and it's first and third with 1 away. Still with a double play situation available if they can get a ground ball at somebody. And Jack Ossenkop, the second baseman, steps up. He hit into a double play in the first inning. And a throw over to first base is not in time. That drives Miles Norman back in with good speed over there. We might see him taken off with first and third situation. And Stoffel from the stretch throws over there again. Ducks coming into the game with a 11-6 record. Here's the pitch, and it's a little high for a ball, 1-0. One hit in the inning, but runners at first and third with 1 out. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 1. Ossenkop with a big rip at it. Had a base hit and 2 RBIs in the third inning. Grounded one right down the third baseline. The 1-1 pitch, there goes the runner, and it's popped foul down the right field line and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got a pretty good crowd here tonight at Legion Field. What a great night for baseball. It might cool down a bit, but that's okay. That rain we had yesterday did nothing but good for this field. It just softened it up a little bit. Stoffel checks the runner and fires, and it's high for a ball. 2-2, even up to Ossenkop. Jack Ossenkop from Corbin University came from La Center, Washington. Played in 1 game for the Warriors this spring. There goes the runner, and the pitch is lined up the middle. It'll be taken by the shortstop. They can't get the force out, but they get the out at first base. And that's out number 2, but the run scores on the ground out. The runner had such a big jump, even though the ball was lined up the middle on 1 hop. Cody Johnson took it right at the bag, but the runner was there already. And Ossenkop is out 6-3, but he'll get an RBI, and the score is 5-4. The Hammers back on top. So Morgan Hostetler scores the run, and out to the mound goes Spencer Six to talk to his pitcher. Score big at Bimart, where you can get ready for your season for less at Bimart. Stoffel trying to minimize the damage. Now with 2 outs and a runner at second base and a slow curve high for a ball, 1-0. Colby Grace, the batter, flied to center and grounded to shortstop. Outfield straight away for him, all the way around. Stoffel from the stretch. Looks down at second. Big lead there. Throws to the plate, and it's popped foul over the right side and out of play. Strike 1.
Foul ball.
You never know if it's the sound effects or if it actually hit something out there, but it sounded like a loud pop. That's kind of where I parked my pickup, too. Wouldn't have made that sound, I don't think. Stoffel looks the runner back at second base, gets a good lead down there. Luther working that way. The runner takes off and has a big jump, and it's fouled off for strike two. Norman had a huge jump, and if Stoffel had taken one more look back there, he'd have had him picked off. But Norman took a chance, and he got away with it. He would have had it stolen easily. 1-2 to Grace. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Bounce foul third base side, and that'll stay at 1-2. Keegan Huey Woods, the catcher, waiting on deck. One more game to follow after this one. The Ducks trailing by a run, 5-4. Here's the pitch, and that's fouled at the plate. The count will stay right there, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Colby Grace, number 3 in the lineup for the Hayesville Hammers. Look down at second. Norman off there, and a swing and a miss for strike 3, and Colby Grace strikes out on a high fastball, and that'll retire the side. And Stoffel gets his first strikeout of the game. Don't strike out with your well drilling. You can't afford to strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust More Well Drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. In the top of the 5th inning for the Hammers, they get a run back on a one-base hit. No Doc Stewart errors, and they leave one runner on base. And our score as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's the Hammers 5 and the Docs 4. Back after this on Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome back to Legion Memorial Field in Bill Gray Stadium, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning in this first game of a doubleheader scheduled to go 7 innings, and right now it's 5-4. The Hayesville Hammers leading it by 1 over the Docs, and the Docs send up Jason Stoffel to lead it off. Bottom 3 in the batting order. Stoffel was single and hit by a pitch. He's been on both times, and leading off here in the 5th against Morgan Hostetler. And the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Stoffel with a single in the 2nd inning, hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Here's the pitch to him. That almost hit him. He backs off the plate, and the count will even up at 1-1. Ducks baseball brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today or tonight. Here's the pitch, a little bit outside or a little bit low for ball 2. 2-1. Drake Bourgeois, the left fielder, next, and then Jacob Luther, the second baseman. Hostetler fires, and the ball's grounded right off of Hostetler. He'll pick it up, and he's got time, and throws to first base for the out. And there's one away. Hit hard back to the mound, and Hostetler had it, I think, go off a foot, or maybe he got a glove on it and knocked it down and rolled a little bit behind the mound, but he was able to pick it up and throw out Stoffel at first base. So Jace is out 1-3 for out number 1, and Drake Bourgeois, the left fielder, steps in. The first pitch to Bourgeois is on the outside corner for strike 1. Doc's got a run in the 1st and 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. trail by 1. Here's a ground ball by the mound, and that'll be scooped up by the second baseman, Ossenkopf, and he throws to first base for the out. And they're quickly 2 away here on a couple of ground outs. And it brings up Jacob Luther. Luther scored a run in the second inning. He was safe on a fielder's choice. And then was driven in by Spencer Six. And he'll try to get something going with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to him, and he pops it foul off the fist, down the first base side and into the stands. And back out onto the field and right to the first baseman, Alarkin. So it's strike 1 to Jacob. 2 outs and nobody on for the Docs, trailing by a run. The bottom of the 5th inning. Hostetler from the stretch and fires a little bit inside for a ball, and that'll even it at 1-1. Docs back home tomorrow night for a single 9-inning game against Klamath Falls, non-leaguer. That's popped into center field. In comes Norman, the center fielder, over towards the right field side, and Norman hauls it down for out number 3. And the Docs go down in order in the bottom of the 5th inning on the fly out to center field for Luther. It's no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And we go to the top of the 6th with a score: the Hammers 5 and the Docs 4. Back after this on Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
We'll go to the top of the 6th inning here at Legion Field with the Docs trailing 5-4, and Jay Stoffel on the mound will try to keep it close as he takes on 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order for the Hayesville Hammers. Keegan Huey Woods, the catcher, will lead it off, and he's got a single and a walk in 2 tries at the plate. And then it's Tristan Fergus, the right fielder, as Huey Woods takes a strike call, 0-1 to start off the 6th. Right-hander Jay Stoffel. Ball's grounded to first base, gloved by the first baseman, Jonathan Stone. Steps on the bag, and there's 1 away. 3 unassisted for Huey Woods. And it brings up Tristan Fergus, the right fielder. Fergus struck out in the 2nd and flied to center in the 4th, both times against Jonathan Stone. So this will be his first try against Jay Stoffel. And Stoffel winds and fires, and the first pitch is a breaking pitch way outside and in the dirt for ball 1. 1 out and nobody on to start the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Stoffel fires, and that's fouled over the right side and out of play. Strike 1. A ball and a strike. Javon Logan, the left fielder, on deck. Fergus takes a swing and misses for strike 2. Big cut. No contact. Have a interview that Joy Keyran put together between games tonight. I don't know which player it is, but it's one of them. That's in the dirt for a ball. 2-2. Even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joy will be back tomorrow night for the Docs and Klamath Falls. Taking a little time off tonight. That's a fastball, just missed the outside corner for ball 3, and it's a full count to Fergus, 3-2. He's had a 3-ball count on him 3 out of the 4 times he's been at the plate. And a pitch lined to left for a base hit, right between the shortstop and third baseman. And Fergus hit that on the nose. So a single to left with one out.
Batter number 1, Javon Logan.
Brings up Javon Logan, the left fielder, who was called out on strikes in the second and lined out to left field in the fourth. Stoffel will work out of the stretch. Short lead over at first base. Fergus inches off there, and the first pitch in the dirt and bounces away from Spencer 6, not very far, and the runner not going. 1-0. Right-handed hitter Javon Logan. The year out of Chemeketa Community College, and he takes one outside for a ball. 2-0. Fergus at first base with one out. The infield back looking for a double play ball to try to get out of this inning. Ducks trail by one, but don't want to get any further behind. Here's the pitch down the middle for a ball. That looked like it was right down the middle. Ball 3. Stoffel fires, and that's way inside and back to the screen for ball 4, so there won't be any extra advances as Fergus goes down to second base and stops there, and Logan walks on 4 straight pitches.
The next batter, number 4.
That's the second walk for Stoffel, and with runners at first and second, still one out, and Humberto Alarcon, the first baseman, steps up. Fouled out to third and has a single and scored a run in the third inning. 1 for 2 as Stoffel gets into a bit of a jam here. Squares the bunt and throws down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Stoffel checks down at second base. Pretty good lead down there. And throws, and it's high and away for a ball. 1-1. A ball and a strike to the number 7 hitter. Larkin, the first baseman. Runners on in front of him, and a breaking pitch low and away, ball 2. Stoffel having a little hard time finding that strike zone all of a sudden. Jace from the stretch, look down at second base with the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and that one was up high and inside, and Larkin was figuring that was going to be down the middle, and he took a rip at it, and thinking he probably didn't want to do that. That would have been ball 3. 2-2 though, and Stoffel fires, and the ball popped up into left field. Bourgeois moves over for it, and he's there and makes the catch for the out. 2 gone in the inning. The runners remain at first and second, and it brings up Josh Benson, the shortstop. Benson has a single to right and a walk and scored a run. He'll bat from the right side of the plate. Benson wearing number 11 on the back of the dark blue jersey. Stoffel ready and delivers the pitch, and it's hit into center field, and right there's the center fielder, Jet Black, and he'll haul it down for out number 3, and that'll retire the side. So Stoffel is able to get out of it without any damage. It is no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with a score. The Hammers 5 and the Docks 4. Back after this on Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Docs need one to tie to get back even after giving up the lead in the 5th inning. And to lead it off for the Docs, it'll be the top of the batting order in Caden Johnson. And I am informed that that's who the interview is with between games that Joy Kieran has. So I hope you're able to listen to that. Joy will be talking to Caden between games for our mid-game interview. Here's the first pitch to him, bunted down the third base side, and it'll roll foul. And that's strike one. Caden with a good idea with the third baseman playing way back, and Colby Grace I don't think would have had a chance to throw him out if that ball had stayed fair. Bottom of the 6th inning, and they need a run. Need some base runners. Went down in order in the 5th inning. Johnson trying to get something going here. Takes a pitch high for a ball. That'll even it at 1-1. Docs with 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 4th inning. Kind of a sidearm curveball into him for strike 2, 1-2. Gave him a little different look that time, Morgan Hostetler did. Hostetler gets ahead on the count to Johnson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking pitch fouled off the end of the bat and back to the screen. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnson grounded to second base in the 1st inning, singled and scored in the 2nd, and grounded to short in the 4th. And looking for something to get a rally going here in the 6th. Hostetler working with a 1-2 count. To pitch. Popped into right center field. Going to be a long run. The center fielder Norman going for it. Won't get it. It'll fall in. And he'll go for second base and will go in standing up with a double. So a leadoff double for Caden Johnson. Into right center, slicing away from the center fielder Miles Norman, who can cover a lot of ground, and he couldn't catch up with that one. And Johnson with the tying run at second base and none out, and Spencer Six, who is 2 for 2, steps in. Left-handed hitter. And Johnson moves off at second base with Hostetler working out of the stretch as he has all game, whether there's anybody on base or not. Here's the pitch, and that's fouled. Good cut by Six, and he fouls it over the left side into the parking lot, and it's strike 1. Got a good whiff of some really good smelling coffee. Boy. 1 strike pitch. Spencer Six calls time and steps out. Morgan Hostetler's gone the distance on the mound for the Hammers. Looks down at second, throws to the plate, and his curve is way outside for a ball. It looked like it slipped, and that'll even the count up at 1-1. Six hitting just .235 coming in, but he's 2 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch to him, and he fouls it over the left side again and out of play, almost the same spot, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. That can get some cars when you hit it out in that parking lot. Doran Gillespie waiting on deck. Spencer Six, the number 2 hitter in the batting order. 1-2 pitch to him with a runner at second. Nobody out. Here comes the pitch to him, and it's inside for ball 2. Close pitch. Tried to jam him on the inside corner and just missed. 2-2. Like to at least get that runner over to third. Here's the pitch, a high outside curveball, and Six lays off of it. Counts full to him, 3-2. Johnson with the short lead at second base, being held on by the shortstop Benson. Now he moves off a little more. Hostetler with the pitch, and it's hit into right field, but right there's a right fielder, Fergus. Now he moves back and makes the catch, And the throw comes back in quickly, and it's a good thing he didn't go because Tristan Fergus fired a long throw to third base that would have easily nailed him, and Spencer Six flies out to right field, so there's one away, and Doran Gillespie will have a chance to drive in the tying run if he could get a base hit here. Outfield playing back deep, and Gillespie with a double in 2 official at-bats, and he walked once. 1 for 2. And the pitch to him takes it outside for ball 1. Gillespie batting right-handed, got good power. He's got 4 home runs on the year. From the stretch, Hostetler looks down at second. Nobody holding on now. And here's a pitch. It's drilled into center, but right at the center fielder, Norman. He makes the catch, and now there's 2 away and a runner at second base. The ball hit hard, but right at Miles Norman in center, and so no advancement. And Jonathan Stone will have a chance to drive in that tying run. Ducks had the leadoff batter on in the third. Stone doubled to lead off that inning, and then were not able to move him up. Stranded at second base. Now in danger of doing the same here with 2 outs. Runner at second. And a curveball caught the inside corner for a strike. Hayesville Hammers, independent baseball club based in Salem, play a schedule that's comprised of some American Legion teams and some of the college teams around the West Coast League. A lot of their players come from Salem area schools, Corbin University, Chemeketa Community College, North Salem, McMinnville, and South Salem high schools. Hostetler with a pitch, and it's low and away for a ball, evens it up at 1-1. So Jonathan Stone trying to tie this game up with a base hit. The outfield and left field, Javon Logan way back as the wind has died pretty much completely out now. Moving the flag around a little bit. Not much. 1-1 pitch. Double look down to second base, another look and out of the plate, and it's outside and high, ball 2. And Hostetler being pretty careful with Stone in the cleanup spot. Stone with 11 doubles for the year after the double in the third inning. And the pitch is outside and low for ball 3, and it's a 3-1 count. Jet Black waiting on deck. One of these guys has got to bust through. Runner at second, leading off a double for Johnson, and still there with 2 outs. Stone trying to bring him around. Here's the pitch to him. Outside, ball 4. And Stone will go to first base. That's the 4th walk for Morgan Hostetler. And here comes the coach out to the mound. And it looks like he's going to make a change. The right fielder is coming in, and I think we got a call to the pin coming up here. And that's what's going to happen. Hostetler heads to right field, and the right fielder Tristan Fergus comes to the mound. So we've got the call to the pin, brought to you by Shelby and Migalina Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migalina or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with a new pitcher after this timeout. The score, 5-4. The Hammers lead it by a run, but the Docs threatening. We'll be back after this on Sports Radio 1490, The Score.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
All right, the new pitcher coming in from right field, Tristan Fergus, will take the mound, and Morgan Hostetler will go out to right field. The Hammers only have 9 players here tonight, so pretty much has to stay in the game. And Hostetler will head out to right. And his stats, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits given up, 4 runs so far, but the 2 runners on base are his responsibility, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, and no strikeouts. And he hit 1 batter. So here is Jet Black, and Jet gets hit by the pitch, and he'll go to first base. So the bases are loaded, and that brings up Cody Johnson.
The next batter, number 2.
Over to third goes Caden Johnson. To second base is Jonathan Stone, and now Jet Black at first base. Hit by the pitch, bases loaded with 2 outs. And a big opportunity here if Cody Johnson can get one to drop in. Cody is lined out, safe on a fielder's choice twice. Here's the pitch to him, a sidearmer throws, and a swing and a miss for strike 1. Fergus really brings it down low from the side and gives you that weird look that you haven't seen much of. 1 strike pitch. And the sidearm pitch is hit right at the second baseman. Line drive, and that'll retire the side. So the Docs threatened with 3 on after they had 2 outs. After Johnson had doubled to lead off the inning and was stranded there with 2 outs. And then a walk to Stone and a hit batter loaded the bases, and now Cody Johnson lines out to second base to retire the side. So they have a big opportunity and can't get it to drop in. And in the 6th inning for the Docs, the bottom of the 6th, it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. So we go to the top of the 7th inning with the Hammers leading at 5-4 over the Docs. We'll take a break and back with this after this on Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
My family.
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Number 17, Morgan Hostetler.
Bottom of the batting order coming up for the Hammers, and it's Morgan Hostetler now playing in right field. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball from Cody Johnson, the new pitcher for the Docs. In relief of Jace Stoffel. Jace went 2 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. There's ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes on Hostetler, who has a walk and safe on a fielder's choice. And the pitch to him on the outside corner for a strike call, 2-1. Hostetler walked in the 3rd and scored, and safe on a fielder's choice in the 5th and scored. Takes it on the outside corner again for strike 2, 2-2, even up to him. Cody Johnson trying to keep it close, to give the Docs a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the wind in the pitch, and it's low. Ball 3, full count, 3-2. All 3 at bats, Hostetler has had a 3-ball count on him. Seen a lot of pitches. And there's a shot into left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. It wasn't hit really hard. It gets by the left fielder, though, and Bourgeois has to run it down, but no advance by the base runner. I don't know that he even knew it got by because there's no base coach at first base to tell him. But it's a single for Hostetler, and the leadoff man on against Cody Johnson, the top of the 7th inning. So Johnson working with a runner at first and nobody out, and Miles Norman, the top of the batting order, is up there. Here's the first pitch to him, bunted back toward the mound. It'll be picked up, throw down to second, got him there, back to first, and just safe. Almost turned a double play. I thought, looking at that from here, I thought the runner at first was out and the runner at second was safe. But the umpire called it just the opposite, out at second, and boy, it was close at first base. So Hostetler is out 1-6 for out number 1, and then Norman is safe at first base on a fielder's choice, and he's got good speed. We might see him taken off. At the plate, Jack Ossenkopf, the second baseman. He's got a hit in 3 tries and an RBI, actually 3 RBIs. That's fouled back for a strike. And it's 0-1 to Ossenkopf. Second baseman, he's a freshman at Corbin University from La Center, Washington. Ball's grounded at third, scooped up by Johnson over to second base for 1, back to first, double play. And the inning is over, so a 5-4-3 double play. And that'll retire the side in the top of the 7th inning. And for the Hammers, they go down with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. And our score after 6.5 for the last chance, bottom of the 7th, coming up for the Docs. It's 5-4. The Hammers lead it over the Docs, and we'll be back after this on Sports Radio 1490, The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back at Legion Field, we go to the bottom of the 7th, and Jay Stoffel is the leadoff man here, and it was Stoffel at third base that made that play because Johnson was on the mound. So Jay Stoffel was the one that made the nice play at third and got the throw over to second in time and back to first for the double play to keep the Docs down by just a run here at 5-4, and he takes the first pitch over for strike 1, or maybe ball 1. I thought the umpire said strike. 1-0 pitch. Sidearm breaking pitch. Swung out and missed. Strike 1. Stoffel has a single, hit by a pitch, and grounded hard back to the mound. Even on the count at 1-1, looking for one that he can hit. Here's the pitch to him, and he pops it down the right field line. Going to be a long run for the right fielder, and it drops in front of him. Hostetler can't get to it, and the Docs have the leadoff man on, and that represents the tying run. All those shots they've hit that have been caught, and then that one's a kind of blooper off the end of the bat, and it drops in right field, and maybe Hostetler lost that in the sun too because he's looking right into it. But Stoffel's on at first, and we'll have a pinch runner. Number 7, Luke Van Norman, heads down to first base. He's from Roseburg High, a class of 2020, So he'll be a senior this year. And the batter is Drake Bourgeois, who is 0 for 3. And looking to move that runner up. The third baseman, Grace, in on the grass looking for the bunt. And the ball's bunted third base side and well foul. So Bourgeois falls behind on the count 0-1. Great night for baseball. Beautiful night tonight. Good crowd out here at Legion Field for this non-league doubleheader. Here's the stretch by Fergus. He throws, and it's bunted foul again. 0-2 to Bourgeois. And I can just see the coach over there saying, square around and get that ball in fair territory. But now with 2 strikes, he may be taking a cut at it, although the third baseman, Grace, still in close, looking for a possible bunt. Bourgeois batting in the number 8 spot in the order. He squares again and takes it outside for a ball. The danger is if you foul it off now, it's a strikeout. One and 2 to Bourgeois. And Fergus out of the stretch, runner off at first base. And the sidearm pitch, it hits him, and he'll go to first base. He squared the bunt again and had no chance to get out of the way of that one. And Bourgeois is on at first base, hit by pitch. The second batter that Fergus has hit.
Next batter, number 12, Jacob Luther.
First man he faced was Jet Black, and he nailed Black on the first pitch that he threw. And now the Ducks with the winning run at first base. And here's Jacob Luther. Fergus ready and delivers, squares to bunt, bunts at first base side, and that's foul. Good night. Just get it into fair territory, and you got the winning run down at second base. And bunt it to third base, so the third baseman has to come in to field it. Although it's a longer throw from first base, obviously. So let's see what the strategy is here. Luther batting from the right side. And Fergus turns around and fakes a throw down to second base, and he'll hang on to it. Get it into fair territory. Here's the stretch. Squares, takes it high, ball 1. 1-1, even up to Luther. Luther hit into a fielder's choice and scored a run in the second, grounded to second base in the fourth, and flied to center in the fifth. 0 for 3, but scored a run. And a 1-1 count now, and a sacrifice would be big. Takes it high and outside, ball 2. Runners at first and second and nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The Ducks trail 5-4. They've been out-hit they have out-hit the Hammers 9-7, but trail by a run. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Bunted back toward the mound, and this is a good bunt. The throw down to first base is in time, and the sacrifice is good. And Stoffel goes to third. Bourgeois down to second, so the winning run is at second base, and that brings up the top of the batting order in Caden Johnson.
Next batter, number 5, Caden Johnson.
1 out, 2 on, and they might do the intentional walk now to try to set up a double play. We'll see. They bring the infield way in, all the way around to cut off the run. And Johnson just wants to make sure he gets it to the outfield. Here's the pitch to him. He bunts the ball foul. 0-1 to Caden. He had a double into right center last time up. He had a single in the second inning, so he is 2 for 4. Ducks trying to get the walk-off victory here if they can score that guy from second base. Only 1 out. 0-1 pitch to Johnson. The stretch by Fergus. Looks at third and to the plate. And it's into right field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes the right fielder. Hostetler throws to the plate, won't get there in time, and the Ducks win the ball game on a walk-off single to right field by Caden Johnson, and 2-run score, and they win it 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th inning. How about that? Ducks win it on Caden Johnson's 2 RBI single and get their 12th victory of the season to go to 12-6 for the year. So a good rally in the bottom of the last inning for Doc Stewart's, and they pick up the victory. And we got another game coming up after this. So in the bottom of the 7th for the Docs, Stoffel and Bourgeois both score to end this one. And it's 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 1 runner left on base. That's our final. Docs 6 and the Hammers 5. And we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the post-game show coming up right after this on Sports Radio 1490 The Score and on the web at 541radio.com.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Roseburg Disposal. And Doc Stewart's with a dramatic win in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 2-run single by Caden Johnson gives them the victory 6-5 over the Hayesville Hammers out of the Salem area. And the Docs go to 12-6 for the year, and the Hammers drop to 9-11 for the season. The Docs got 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and led 3-0. And then Hayesville, the Hammers got 4 in the 3rd inning, but the Docs tied it up with 1 in the 4th. And the top of the 5th, the Hammers got 1 back to take the lead 5-4, and the Docs get 2 in the bottom of the 7th to win it 6-5 and get the victory. We got an interview coming up here that Joey Kieran has with Caden Johnson here in a little bit, and we'll want to get to that here right away for you, but let's recap this one for you. First of all, the game recap brought to you by News Review Sports. For more on today's game, you can pick up a copy of the News Review, and we'll recap this one for you. Again, for the Docs, they got 1 in the 1st inning, a walk by Spencer 6 with 1 out, and then a double by Doran Gillespie. Put runners at 2nd and 3rd. Jet Black on a fielder's choice. After a walk base loaded the bases, a fielder's choice got the run in, and the Docs led 1-0. And then they got 2 more in the 3rd. A fielder's choice by Jacob Luther, a single by Caden Johnson, then a single by Spencer 6, and an error on the center fielder throwing it over 3rd base. Got the 2nd run in. 6 got an RBI, and then the second run scored on the error, and they led 3-0 at that point. And in the third inning for the Hammers, they come up with 4 runs, a single by Humberto Alarcon to lead it off, and then Josh Benson a single, a walk to Morgan Hostetler, and a 2-run single by Jack Ossenkop got in the first 2 runs. And a wild pitch scored the first one, and then the next 2 runs scored on the single by Ossenkop, and then Ossenkop scored on a wild pitch as well, so a couple of wild pitches there. And that put the Hammers on top 4-3, but the Docs got one back in the fourth to tie it up. A single by Spencer Six, and then a walk to Gillespie. Jonathan Stone walked, and an RBI single by Jet Black tied the game at 4. The Hammers went back on top in the top of the fifth. After Morgan Hostetler was safe on a fielder's choice, then a single by Miles Norman and a ground out by Jack Ossenkop got the go-ahead run in. It was 5-4 there, and nobody scored again until the bottom of the seventh, when Jay Stoffel led off with a single to right field, and then Drake Bourgeois hit by a pitch to put runners at first and second. The sacrifice by Jacob Luther got the winning run in scoring position, and then just what you hope happens after that, Caden Johnson with a single to right field, and the 2 runs came in to give the Docs the victory, and they win it by the score of 6-5. So Tristan Fergus is the losing pitcher. He went 2/3 of an inning and got just 1 out in the 7th before the Docs scored the winning 2 runs, the winning run, and 2 runs off of him. Both were earned. He had no strikeouts, no walks, and he hit 2 batters. So Fergus is the loser, and the winning pitcher will be Cody Johnson, who came in and pitched the final inning, the top of the 7th inning, and gave up a hit. No runs and no walks, no strikeouts. Stone started. Jonathan Stone went 4 innings and gave up 4 runs. 3 of those earned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. And Jay Stoffel went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, and 2 walks and 1 strikeout. So Johnson is the winner. Cody Johnson gets the win for the Docs, and again they go to 12-6 for the season. So the post-game show, let me remind you again, is brought to you by Roseburg Disposal. Let them run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal for information. And the player of the game, we probably ought to pick our player of the game, and I don't know how you could not give it to Caden Johnson after that 2-run base hit in the bottom of the 7th that gives the Docs the win. So he'll be our player of the game tonight. Brought to you by Joe's Towing. Coming through in the clutch for you. Call Joe's Towing, your local professionals. So that will do it for the first game of our doubleheader. Again, the Docs win it by the score of 6-5. Game 2 coming up in about 20 minutes. And Joey Kieran has another player interview between games, so I invite you to stay tuned for that. So I'm Dan Bain from Legion Field. I'll be back here with the second game in a little while here on Sports Radio 1490 The Score and online at 541radio.com. And again, our final 6-5 in the first game. The Docs win it. Game 2 coming up shortly. We'll be back in a little bit.